Let's go to the camera with background and move on to the final game, which will be Roguebook. Kind of wish I'd left myself a little bit more time for this, but hey, that's how it goes, you know? Let's also shut off the extra music, because Roguebook comes with its own. Where are you? There we are. Roguebook is a roguelike deck builder from the developers Faria, and Richard Garfield, spelt incorrectly in the commands that I've set up, whoops, who is the creator of Magic the Gathering. It has a demo available on Steam and can also be pre-ordered at the link that is currently across in the chat. There we go. That's the name for it. Welcome to the exclusive Steam Demo Festival version. We'd like to warn you this is the special preview version, not the final game. The target release date is the 24th of June 2021. That leaves us with enough time to add much more content, including exploration, features, narration, cards, battles, talents, sounds, voiceovers, animations, basically everything. Some features and heroes have also been locked intentionally in this version. In the meantime, we wish you the best of luck in exploring the Roguebook and the wonderful world of Faria, the Abracam team. Launch into a new run. The Forest Maze of Arianor, Chapter 1. So here's our main player character. You can see we are on a hex-based map here. These characters we can't interact with yet, but this one we can. Sirocco, the first mate. Sirocco is versatile. His bulky body can shield allies from harm, or his powerful legs can allow him to leap into the back of the lines to flatten opponents that hide. With his when his half ogre strength is not enough, rather, Sirocco uses various items he's gathered along his travels. His potions, flaming oil, and grenades make him a formidable fighting force. He has a treasure, which is at the end of the turn. If Sirocco is leading, gain 2 block. We'll see what leading means in just a moment. So here we can see the map of the game. So I've seen like a lot of roguelike deck builders that have kind of like iterated on, you know, a lot of roguelike deck builders at the moment take inspiration in some way from Slay the Spire or from the games that themselves inspired Slay the Spire, Dream Quest before, etc. Right? But I don't know if I've seen any of them so far with as unique a map and exploration mechanic as this has. Many of them have kind of gone with I mean, Slay the Spire's own system is kind of like FTL node system, right? It's like it itself is tracked back to a different world. This is neat. This is something you would more typically see in kind of like an older school. Well, I say older school, kind of like one of those brutal RPGs, right? We've got a Wandering Merchant down here, as well as a Vault of Wisdom. Pay gold to draft a card. But you know what? Before I do any of that, let's go to a normal battle. Get ourselves a little situated here. Also, just going to quickly unplug my controller. Not necessary right now. Okay. Do I have a good place to sit here? I guess there, theoretically. So you can see over there how many more cards are in the deck, as well as my energy total. So I guess I really ought to move myself somewhere. That's the discard and exhaust pile. Yeah. What if I think that's where I go right now. That'll do. A bit small, but we're at least situated in here. All right. So, speaking of Slay the Spire inspired kinds of things, we can see the intent system directly above the enemy's head. They intend to attack for 5x2. Their damage, as you can see, we've got 2 characters where, you know, other examples might not necessarily have 2 characters. Their damage will be dealt to the frontline unit. We can see Shara, Dragonslayer, has Courage. At the start of the turn, gain 1 energy and lose a stack of Courage. And also has Sword of Destiny. If Shara is leading, so that is the person who is at the front of the party, she gains 3 power, which increases her attack damage. Then there's Sirocco, who at the start of the turn gains 4 block and loses a stack of fortitude. That's literally just a description of the courage and fortitude stats. Neither of them currently have one of them on. Fortifying Brew at the end of your turn if Sirocco is leading, gain 2 block. So, let's start out by attacking with a strike for 9. It would be 6, but you can see it's modified, and it's modified because of the 3 power we get from Sword of Destiny. Then let's move a guard. You can see that we rotated the order there, and you can see as directly next to the mana cost for these cards, you can see a rotation symbol. If you try and defend, but you're in the back, you'll move to the front. That's how you defend. So I can take 1 damage here if I'd like, or I can set myself up for more damage next turn by getting Sirocco back in the front line. Nice. So we have a charge here for 11 damage, 9, as well as another 6. We're probably just going to damage him a bunch because the enemy intent is the enemy intends to block and use a buff. I'm not used to actually clicking the cards rather than just hitting a number. Or clicking end turn rather than just hitting E. Alright, 10 incoming damage here. We can't defend against all 10 incoming damage. We can deal 29 exactly. So you can see also the different card colors are denoting which character is going to perform them. The block is not bound to a character. Yes, if you have enough block to block the attack, you will just block the attack. It always goes front backwards, and both of you contribute to the same block total. Okay, so I'm probably just going to have to take 3 damage here. Let's lunge, strike, and then we'll defend, getting Sirocco to the front, and then Sirocco defends even more with a Fortifying Brew at the end of the turn. Above our head, we can see weak. Deals 33% less attack damage. Duration is 1 turn. Okay, defense will charge us to the front here, but we actually have the ability to strike 2 times, which isn't enough because we're weakened. End the turn again, we'll be able to kill next turn. Hopefully. Yeah, that'll do it. Strike 2 times from the back line. That'll get him. We claim our victory, we get some gold, and we also get Stardust Ink. Consumes a paintbrush, reveal a space, and all adjacent tiles within a radius of 2. So now we're going to start seeing the actual map level of this, and this is what's gotten me so excited. Reveal a random item on the map and all adjacent tiles. So I can't go off the beaten path yet, but I can use these things, these paintbrushes down here, use your brush to reveal paper tiles around in a radius of 2, and then I can also use potions that will, or ink rather, that will modify the effects of them, or possibly just give extra effects. And I'm trying to, as efficiently as possible, discover a bunch of this Fog of War area and use that in order to get myself more powerful so that I can approach up here. There's an elite battle and then a boss battle. So you're trying to manage your resources to explore as far as you can to get as powerful as you can before the boss. I am going to use this opportunity to just throw down... Wait, actually, Stardust Ink. Oh, so I can just use this to use a paintbrush basically anywhere on the map. Interesting. But here I'll just use a normal brush. We discovered an alchemist who will transform our cards. A pile of gold as well. Sky Towers reveal surrounding territory, so that was one of my priorities. Nice. We discovered a normal battle directly to the north of us, as well as a narrative challenge over there. I'm going to get all of this gold before we go to the narrative challenge, just in case it's a... Narrative is like an event here. Exchange all gems. I have none. Sell a gem. I have none. So I'll buy a random gem for 50 gold. Gem of Endurance. Gain 7 block. I'll pick that. And bounce out of there. And you can see... Sockets! Hey! We got a bunch of sockets in all these cards. Gem of Endurance, if that goes in guard, that's gain 7 block 2 times. Get ourselves a ridiculous amount of block. I'm going to hold on to the gem right now rather than craft a card with it. If I clicked 2, I'd be able to craft it, and then that would be the card that would be the output. But it would consume the gem. So We'll hold off and see if there's anything else we want to be using that for. We can also see up in this corner, the Horned Helm. The equipped hero has +1 power. That's neat. I don't have any multi-strikes yet, though, so +1 power is... Yeah, it's fine. Alchemist is really good. I should probably go to an Alchemist. Let's transform a card. Hey, 150 gold to... I'm going to leave. I don't have 150 gold just yet. Fine. Then up in this corner, we can also see the Diamond Shield. Start each battle with 8 block. Okay, that's really good. I want to try and go get that. So, using this as efficiently as possible. We'll be standing here. Dang. Oh, we're really not discovering that much stuff. Thankfully, the guaranteed rewards from normal battles are random ink as well. So if I put Stardust here, I'll be able to discover my way entirely there. Let's do that. Nice. Get the Diamond Shield. We'll start each combat with 6 block. And then down here, there's also a gemstone. Reflective Diamond. If this card blocked, deal damage to the leading enemy equal to the amount blocked. Okay. That's interesting. If we can get a second slot in guard, we can put in the Gem of Endurance and then also the Reflective Diamond, block ourselves for 14 as well as deal 14 damage. Looks good to me. Okay. Let's go for a normal battle. Ah, yes, a bunch of wimps. Incoming damage this turn is 14, so... As long as I use a single defend, we're safe. I'm going to kill the frontliner with a lunge and a strike here. Then use defend from Sirocco in the backliner. They move forward. Thanks to the 8 block we had at the very start of the fight, we were real safe. I think I might double block this turn. I'll use the defend to put Shara in front, so then I can slash for more damage, and then guard to reverse the order again. They are absolutely adorable. The animations in this game are really, really well done. So lunge, you can see charge. Sorry, I didn't mention it at the time. The charge key text there says swap this hero to the front, so even despite not being a defend, it'll move us to the front. I'll also have the +3 power when I'm in the front, so this will actually do 11 damage at that point. Can you look at draw pile during combat? Yep. Then here's the discard pile, as well as the dissolve pile for things that get removed over the course of the fight. In fact, we can just go all out for lethal. Oh no, did we hurt them? Royal Ink reveals 5 spaces in a straight line. That would have been really good to use up here. Okay. I don't feel like any of those areas are tapped out as of yet. It is going to take us like more than 1 paintbrush to get down here. So I think I'll use the Royal Ink instead. I think that's relatively efficient now. Get a couple piles of gold. Now have the ability to go back and buy a transmute, which I probably will do. Shadow Crystal. Discard a card. Reduce this card's cost by 1. I don't know how that's going to trigger. But I do know there's a normal battle here with my name on it. Seed Sower, Vines. At the end of its turn, this creature inflicts weak on the front hero. Just gonna take my headphones off for a little bit here because I'm overheating on the ears. All right. As long as Sirocco's in front, we're fine. But Sirocco isn't going to get in front unless I use an ability for it. Okay, fine. We'll strike for the 9, strike again, and then use guard to move to the front. Block. Extreme overkill on that block. But it also weakens the character that deals less damage. The enemy is now intending to use a debuff, So this is a great turn to go all out. Lunge, strike, strike. And the turn. 22 incoming damage. Yikes. That said, that's affected by the fact that we are currently vulnerable. We're taking 50% more damage from attacks. So what's 22 with a 50%? What's 22 150% of? I don't know. 15? Oh, right, yeah, rounding. I was like, oh, there's no number that like exactly ends up with 22, but naturally these games have rounding. Right, that makes sense. Let's guard, moving ourselves forward. Then defend, inverting the order. And then defend again, inverting the order again. So you can see the enemy's damage went down as I did not have a vulnerable unit in the front line. Ooh, that's really bad. So I can deal 11, 9, 9. I can deal 29 damage right now, but I'm definitely taking the 15 damage here. I have no defensive cards in hand. But if I lunge in order to actually do the damage with Shara, then Shara is going to take the 15. In fact, she'll take 22 because she's vulnerable. So I think I have to stand where I currently am and just go strike, strike, strike. Then this one's kind of simple, just another double strike sitch. Making sure I leave my damage dealer in the back line, just in case we should happen to get to. Nice, we do. Lunge, strike, strike, get it done.
That was fun.
Good victory right there. We also find a explosive ink. Consumes a brush, reveals all spaces in a 3-tile range around yourself. Okay, so it's just slightly larger than the brush. Neat. These are vaults. You can pay gold to draft a card there. I'm not going to do that just yet. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the shopkeeper. We have more than 200 gold. Wandering Merchant. So here we have a bunch of kind of relics. At the start of battle, the equipped hero gains 3 power until the end of turn. There's also Forget-Me-Not at the end of each turn. Retain a random card. There's also the Cobalt Gargoyle. Start each battle with a 4-spirit aggressive alloy gargoyle. Spirit is the effectively like the health-ish value of an ally. They have abilities that use spirit to determine their value. If an ally hits 0 spirit, it is unsummoned. Aggressive allies just deal damage equal to their spirit to the front enemy every single turn, and an ally remains on the battlefield when played. So it's a consistent effect. Eye for an eye. All damage dealt to Shara next turn is also dealt to her attacker. Gain 2 courage. The courage is going to give us the ability to gain extra energy. I don't really want courage there. Or rather, I don't want to be taking damage on Shara. Ranged cards cost 1 less to use when they are used in the back line. So this is gain 7 block, gain 2 courage, and it'll also move her to the front line. Mountain Fist, gain 8 block, then attack the leading enemy for damage equal to your block. Well, we could put the block 7 into Mountain Fist here and make it pretty ridiculous. Gain 8 energy. Dissolve every card you play this turn with the Unstable Concoction. We don't have enough expensive things in the deck to use that just yet. Since I only have about 7 minutes left here before I have to move on, that is to say Raid V, I'm going to just take Mountain Fist and leave the shop. We'll edit Mountain Fist to get more block. I don't know if that is actually going to work or if it's going to give me the 7 block afterwards. But there is one way to find out. And then I'm going to edit Craft as well. Let's see how many more of these battles we can manage to get through. Ooh, a bunch of Azure Wisps here. This backliner is intended to use a buff. The rest of them intend to attack. Incoming damage total is 16. So a single defend and the right unit in the front line is going to protect us entirely against that. One, 2, For the defend, moving ourselves to the front. Well, almost entirely against that. Okay. Ooh, the final loss is revealed. They will take bonus damage from cards that dissolve, and they dissolve my deck over the course of the fight. So having more cards might be a priority for us entirely, possibly. Let's guard, dealing damage to the frontliner. Take the unit that is about to buff out of there. And then, yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to get Soroka out front. Not Soroka, sorry, Shara. Mountain Fist. Alright, I want to see if Mountain Fist is going to work. Gain 8 block, then attack the leading enemy for your damage equal to your block. Got it. But before I do that, let's attack with Soroka, and then... Okay, yeah, so it does the 8 first, and then it hits, and then it gets the extra 7, unfortunately. I mean, look. God just murders the frontliner, gotta love that. Okay, I can even follow up with lunge and strike, because we're already full defended still. This game has strong Faria vibes. Yeah, so it should. It takes place in the world of Faria and is developed by the developers of Faria. Yikes. Do they have a shield about them? I don't necessarily know what that's actually contributing to them right now. Right, just blocks the first attack. Probably should have just attacked 3 times there in order to take it out then. It is !Roguebook if you are looking for it in chat at all. So we defended for the first hit there, and now we'll use Mountain Fist to giant remove that shield. Ridiculously remove that shield. That shield could not be less there at this point in time. Unfortunately, I don't think I left myself enough time to, like, really dive in deep here as well as explain. So I think what I'm going to try and do is take on a hard battle. So it's possible that I die. If one character dies, do both of them die? No, only if both of them die. Cowardly. When this unit takes damage, lose 2 power this turn. Fine. Lunge. And then Mountain Fist doesn't even need to go out. It's fine. We'll just lunge and strike. Pass. Enemy's got 16 damage coming out to us right now. Let's... Well, it's got to be strike, guard, defend. Ah, no. Ah, I should have used the defend first. Yeah, because I wanted Soroka to end up at the front. 18 by 3. We definitely need to hit the enemy something fierce this turn. Okay, so I use... Wait, hang on. No. Hitting them is actually more defense. Which means I should have lunged first. No! I messed that all up. It's because I'm on the time crunch. We've got 2 minutes. There you go. Attack Soroka this time. Queen's Assassin is the name of the target we're fighting. Okay. Lunge. God. And then that's right, 8 normal strike as well. This is an elite enemy, so these are kind of meant to really, really push us. Good damage right there. Another 16 incoming. This might actually be a good opportunity to demonstrate what happens should a unit try and die. We'll see. Lunge, strike. Actually, 11, 9, 20, 26. We have exact lethal. Got him. This enemy has no animations. Yes, it's a demo. It's not necessarily complete. The third time you attack each turn, gain 5 block. There's also another paintbrush there, as well as a resource I'm not necessarily super familiar with just yet. I think that's a meta progression resource. We have literally 1 minute. We have literally no minutes. So here is the boss fight. That is a very familiar symbol right there. Quoi? I'm certain, I have a hunch, that you will be able to see more of these. More of this game in the near future. Maybe on my YouTube channel. It's theoretically possible. I don't know. Imagine a world where that might happen. But for the moment, let's go to the camera's background. I'm going to hit !Demothon. If you would like to watch the entire show without having to follow the raids individually, you can do that from !Demothon. Also going to drop a demo schedule before we throw the raid out to v.me. How could you know this? So presumptuous. I know the guy in charge of the Rhapsody channel, and I'm pretty sure he's a little bit keen on it. I don't know. Just get that inclination. All right, we're already like digging 1 minute into V's time. I apologize. We'll pass it over. For the moment, though, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you some other time. Hopefully you've enjoyed my segment in the Wholesomeverse Demothon. Now go enjoy V's.